5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole.
Voskor has appetite for success. Big appetite. Apatite, the mineral from which phosphate is derived. And Voskor processes just under 30 million tons of it per annum. A shade over 80,000 tons per month, 3.3 thousand tons per day, 24/7. That is blasted, shoveled and loaded into trucks at 185 tons a load. Then taken to the primary crusher, which takes only 5 minutes to reduce it to a manageable size, to be conveyed in the first step in processing the rock to the milling chambers. Inside these massive drums, the rock is further reduced down to a granular powder. It then goes through a flotation process to separate the phosphate. This concentrate then goes onto the filtration belt to prepare the product for drying at a rate of just over 6,500 tons per day, and is loaded onto rail wagons, ready for its journey to the coast.
The Rock and Copper division of the Voskor Palabora operations is the largest igneous phosphate rock concentrate producing facility in the world. We process about 30 million tons of apatite-bearing ore per annum, resulting in just under 3 million tons of the highest quality, lowest impurity phosphate rock concentrate.
Finally, the concentrate leaves Palabora by rail to Richards Bay, 800 kilometers away on the KwaZulu-Natal northern coast. The activities of the plant are centered around the manufacture of 3 distinct products, which are all interrelated. Firstly, sulfuric acid for the company's own use in its production of phosphoric acid, with excess production channeled to the local market. Secondly, the phosphate concentrate is taken from the main storage point and turned into solid granular-based feed and fertilizer through a process using ammonia. And thirdly, the production of a phosphoric acid concentrate.
At Voskor Richards Bay, we have a family of more than 600 Voskorites, all being part of a proud family contributing towards the same goal. Each family member contributing towards delivering a quality product to our valued customers.
Whether working in human resources, finance, marketing, production, maintenance, logistic, procurement, Shrek, or any other department, the team at Voskor is goal-driven, and there is great focus on the human asset of the company. Therefore, safety and staff development assume a significant priority. Voskor Richards Bay receives an average of more than 6,000 tons per day of phosphate rock from the mine in Palabora, about 800 kilometers away in Limpopo province, in the northern part of the country. The other main raw material required is sulfur, of which more than 600,000 tons are consumed annually. This is imported from Canada and Saudi Arabia. From this raw material, Voskor produces more than 6,000 tons of sulfuric acid per day, in excess of 2,000 tons of phosphoric acid per day, and more than 1,000 tons of granular fertilizer per day. The plant has been upgraded in the recent past at a cost of more than 1.2 billion rand to increase the production capacity of the operation. And there are several ongoing upgrading projects. But this is not centered only on increased production. There is a very strong focus on protecting the environment in which Voskor operates. A recent stormwater dam project was completed, which allows for collection of rainwater that falls on site during a 1-in-20-year storm event. SO2 scrubbers installed to contain possible atmospheric pollution from the 3 new sulfuric acid plants were commissioned successfully and are fully operational. The installation and commissioning of 2 marine pipelines have ensured the safe disposal of gypsum.
Voskor is proud of our environmental performance improvement projects such as our effluent sea outfall line and our sulfuric startup scrubbers. And we will continue to improve in future to the benefit of all stakeholders, including the community.
We have also completed a number of projects regarding the upgrade and establishment of waste handling of facilities, stormwater systems, truck stop for vehicles collecting fertilizer, and acid and road refurbishment. Another 40 million rand has been set aside for other projects. As a corporate citizen, Voskor realizes its responsibilities to the community in which it operates. And the company continues to stay on top of the latest technologies to further improve the safety and efficiency of its plants. Voskor prides itself on delivering these products to high and exacting standards. Standards such as the ISO 9001 Quality Management System, ISO 14001 Environmental Management and Control, and the coveted OHSAS 18001 accreditation for occupational health and safety. These are the benchmarks for which Voskor operates. And not only is the company proud of achieving these standards, it is just as proud of maintaining them.
Confirmation of our sustained commitment to these standards is Voskor being awarded the DECRA Gold Sustainability Shield for our continued high standards in safety, health, radiation, environment, and quality systems.
Voskor was started in 1951 by the then government of South Africa for the farming industry to be self-sustainable. But since then, Voskor has grown into a global player with the phosphoric and fertilizer plants in Richards Bay for the export market, for South Africa, and also for the SADC market. Voskor will continue to earn the respect of its stakeholders by being internationally competitive in the beneficiation of phosphates.
Since those early days, the Voskor Group has grown to include 3 main operational centers. The mining and beneficiation plant in Phalaborwa in Limpopo province, the production operation situated in Richards Bay on the northern KwaZulu-Natal coastline, and the group headquarters in Midrand between Johannesburg and Tshwane in Gauteng. In securing the mission of the company, the Voskor Group provides employment for just under 2,000 people and maintains a significant and particular focus on its human resources as its most important and fundamental asset.
The biggest asset of Voskor is its people. It's not the Voskor products that makes the company, but rather the Voskor employees who makes Voskor. HR vision for Voskor is for Voskor to be the employer of choice. In achieving this, best practice human capital interventions have been implemented to ensure attraction, assessment, development and advancement of staff. For example, there's a training budget, there's a training plan for Phalaborwa, Richards Bay and Midrand operations. Motivation and retention of employees is key for Voskor, hence we strive to remunerate fairly.
Now competing as a respected global player, Voskor understands the need to serve both the local and international markets, not only to maintain current positioning, but also to ensure future sustainability and growth.
Voskor will set a benchmark in our industry by living our values with integrity. These values include resolve. We believe that to remain competitive requires us to continually improve everything we do. Responsibility. We believe in being held responsible to ourselves, our shareholders, our communities, and the environment. Respect. We believe that we will excel as a team by respecting and nurturing our individual abilities. This respect extends to a commitment to both the spirit and the law of transformation. Reward. We believe that sustainable reward is only possible if it is shared.
Voskor has repositioned itself to being a global player rather than a locally based manufacturer servicing only the local market. In order to do that, we have taken a conscious strategic decision to diversify both products and markets. We want to move from only servicing India to servicing other markets in Western Europe and in South America, and also to move from only supplying phosphoric acid to supplying industrial and food-grade phosphoric acid.
This level of product and therefore market diversification is only possible through a continued and focused strategy of reinvestment in the group's infrastructure. At the turn of the millennium, Extension 8 was commissioned in Phalaborwa at a cost of 600 million rand. And it now produces a further 50,000 tons of phosphate concentrate per annum. That can only happen from a sound financial foundation.
Voskor is a large profit-making organization, and it is important to sustain these results in order to grow the company. Voskor is a complex business, and we operate in a global economic environment that is volatile. Proper financial planning and management is essential for the day-to-day management of the business. Our financial management practices are guided by the financial risks that could result in Voskor not achieving its objectives. In addition to managing risks, it's important to comply with financial regulations to ensure good governance. One of our critical strategic responsibilities is to ensure that we properly plan for Voskor's financial requirements in order to sustain and expand the business. Our objectives include improving cash flow, managing capital planning, and operational expenditure.
Utilizing its own resources and reserves, Voskor continuously upgrades its plant operations in order to meet and maintain the high standards demanded by the international markets. Where you see scaffolding, you see refurbishment. These same international standards also require that the process of work and how it is performed meet the exacting criteria: safety, health, and environmental issues.
Individual and collective safety and health, the care and protection of the environment, and therefore the quality of work at Voskor is a fundamental requirement of everyone in the approach to everything that we do. I believe that we have achieved very high standards in all areas, and more importantly, we maintain these standards because we understand the associated production values. If work is not performed safely, if the health of employees or the environment is threatened in any way, then the job is simply not being done properly, and the overall quality and systems will be compromised. And we are very proud of the quality of our product and systems. Apart from the fact that safety, health, and environment is a legal requirement, we at Voskor fully appreciate our responsibility to our employees, contractors, and the community within which we operate.
Safety and health are not only about people, but also about the protection and sustainability of the environment, and Voskor operates in extremely ecologically sensitive areas. With the mine situated next to the Kruger National Park and the plant on the KwaZulu-Natal coastline, an ecologically sensitive region.
The peroxide expansion project was approved by the Voskor board in June 2007. The project will ensure the long-term source of ore for the existing plant. The reserves at the South peroxide are estimated at 1.6 billion tons, and that gives the mine a life of between 70 and 100 years. The project also involves new infrastructure which will reduce the dependency on haul trucks, which will reduce dust, noise, pollution, and also have a large saving in diesel.
Voskor has a stated commitment to workplace health and safety, and also a very strong focus on the management and control of the environment. Voskor maintains a zero discharge of polluted effluent from point sources. The Van Rysel Dam was constructed to control point source pollution from the Voskor property. Apart from the controls achieved, the Van Rysel Dam provides sanctuary for a variety of animal and bird life.
Just as customers are